sir. So we are the group who is assigned to report the Chapter 8, which is the Managing Floods in Metro Manila. The Philippines ranks third among countries most at risk for disasters, including floods, storms, and earthquakes. Typhoons and floods are the most devastating in terms of our economic and social impact, accounting for 80% of all deaths, 90% of the total number of affected people, and 92% of the total economic impact. In the past 30 years, more than 360 disasters struck the Philippines, with a total death toll of 33,000 people, which affected 120 million people. Metro Manila is home to around 15 million people and contributes about 35% to the Philippine economy. In 2009, Tropical Storm Ondoy hit the country, causing damage and losses to equivalent 2.7% of the country's economy. In response, the Philippine government, with financial and technical support from World Bank, formulated the Metro Manila Flood Management Master Plan, which was approved by the National Economic and Development Authority, or NEDA, board in 2012. This flood map shows the area in Metro Manila that are prone to flooding. Some areas may be flood prone and some may be very flood prone. Let's now go to the causes of flood. First is the meteorological event, or the changes in temperature, air pressure, and amount of water vapor in the atmosphere. It is an intense and prolonged rainfall spells. Second is the seismic activities, which is typically an activity under the ocean floor. For example, is the tsunami or the seismic sea waves, and the sinking of land due to earthquakes. Third is the astronomically influenced phenomena. The concern is outside on the Earth's surface, or this is the high tides coinciding with the occurrence of heavy rainfall. In addition to causes of flood, first is the inadequate drainage capacity, rapid industrialization, unusually heavy rainfall, and unabated dumping of garbage and waste in canals, creeks, steros, ponds, rivers, and other major waterway. Well, rain is a natural phenomena, we all know that. A natural phenomena that we cannot control. If there comes a heavy rain, for sure there comes a flood afterwards. So, flood is somewhat a human error. Flood can only be a human error if we don't know how to take care of our surroundings and if we don't know how to abide the rules and regulations.
The master plan proposed has a set of measures to effectively manage major flood events in the future, which include the following. First is to reduce flooding from river systems that run through the metropolis by building a dam in the Upper Marikina River catchment area to reduce peak river flows entering Metro Manila during typhoons and other extreme rainfall events. Second is to eliminate long-term flooding in the floodplain of Laguna de Bay to protect the population living along the shore against high water levels. Areas that are more likely to have floods must have tall buildings above the flood level. There should be an efficient system for storing excessive water due to the rain. One important step is to improve the drainage system. Improve urban drainage, including modernization of Metro Manila's pumping stations, improve flood forecasting and early warning systems, and community-based flood risk management, and improve institutional arrangements for better flood management. Manila's existing pumping stations were built in the 1970s and have become inefficient and underperforming. Under the Metro Manila Flood Management Project, 36 existing pumping stations will be modernized, 20 new ones will be constructed, and supporting infrastructures along critical waterways will be improved in the cities of Manila, Pasay, Taguig, Makati, Malabon, Mandaluyong, San Juan, Pasig, Valenzuela, Quezon City, and Caloocan.
Things can do to mitigate floods. Regulate cutting of trees, report illegal loggers and caengeros, Report illegal construction of fish ponds and other establishments in waterways. Do not throw garbage in esteras and rivers. Help clean the neighborhood. Support community activities intended to lessen the occurrences of floods. Avoid throwing anything like plastic wrappers anywhere which may clog or block the drainage system. According to the DPWH, the Department of Public Works and Highways, they have already built 3 major flood control projects, namely the Micellar drainage system in Mandaluyong City, the Blooming Street Flood Interceptor Project, and the latest drainage project at the stretch of Padre Burgos Avenue in Manila.
Micellar Drainage System. The project is meant to divert floodwaters from the low-lying Micellar Circle to the Pasig River. As per Villar, the project is expected to decrease inundation depth from chest deep to just about 6 inches of flooding, if any. It is also expected to decrease duration of flooding to only about 30 minutes. Characteristics of Micellar Drainage System. The final segment of the project involved is the construction of a 652 linear metal double barrel box culvert along San Francisco Street and the installation of 4 pumps, each with a discharge capacity of 1.5 cubic meters per second. Blooming Street Flood Interceptor Project, a water catchment stretching 3.3 kilometers from España Boulevard to Tondo. It is designed to solve flooding in Quezon City and Manila. It is designed to direct floodwaters from the northern part of Metro Manila to the Tondo area and then out to Manila Bay. Flood control along Padre Burgos. The goal is to directly catch the floodwaters in the area around Manila City Hall and Intramuros, which will be pumped out by the newly constructed pumping station, providing convenience to pedestrians and protection to properties. Characteristics of Padre Burgos Flood Control Project. The flood control project includes 2 submersible pumps with a capacity of 0.75 cubic meter per second for floodwaters to be easily discharged through a 600 mm by 600 mm pipe into Manila Bay. The total length of the drainage line is 2,268.5 lineal meters. A 2-kilometer flood control project around Manila City Hall and Intramuros. Thank you.